Okay, everyone. Hello and welcome back to Hi Vibin It. Lindsay and I just had a great idea for this episode about 2 minutes ago when we decided to hop on this call. We were not really sure exactly what we wanted to talk about for our solo episode today. And I was like, well, we haven't done an episode on manifesting in a while, and there's some things that I want to clear in the air and just help people with. And I think there's some misunderstandings and blah, blah, blah. And I've been really into like Q&A lately. So asking people, what do you need help with in the realm of manifesting? How can I help? Yada, yada. And so Lindsay was like,
Eureka. Let's just troll Reddit and read people's concerns, questions, whatever, and just kind of go with it. I'm so excited because you don't know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what we're going to find. And
yes.
maybe the exact right thing that someone needs to hear will be uncovered in Reddit. And maybe somebody who posted it will know that we answered their question.
So
I'm
we're
ready.
literally just on Reddit right now on some like random law of attraction manifesting board. And we're about to just go through and like see what people need help with and just talk about it. Because chances are, if one person's struggling with it or wondering about it, there's many more who also are
Yeah.
looking for the answer and wanting help and guidance. And we love manifesting and we're super manifesting queens and geeks and nerds. So we are here to help you with it because it's so much more than just think it and then it is, right? If it was
Yeah.
that simple, we wouldn't need all these resources to teach us the nuances of the manifestation game. And like the truth is, you don't need any of these things because you're a natural creator. But it's like if you want to become really powerful and really good at consciously creating your reality and co creating with ease
Hmm.
and flow and how to release resistance and feel better and get what you really want, then yeah, there are some things you're going to need to know that'll make the journey a little bit easier. So
Yeah. And
that's where we are.
this one caught Kelsey's eye right before we hit record. Do you want to read through it? It's basically says, I'm seriously losing faith. I'm assuming in the law of attraction, and please help. So this is the perfect beacon that will call our attention and be like, all right, let's do this. Let's just dive in. And it's a pretty long post, so I don't know if we're gonna read all of it, but
We're literally just doing this on the spot. I just clicked
yeah,
a random thing that we were like, okay, this person asked for help. Let's help them.
let's help.
Let's read it. So the title of the post says, I'm seriously losing faith. Please help. I made a post like this before, but no one interacted with it. So I took it down. I really hope someone helps me and answers. Well,
Oh
aren't they in luck
snap, Kelsey!
today? You are being answered very publicly on
Oh
this
my
podcast
God.
that you may or may not even listen to. Um, I am a huge believer in LOA and manifestation. I have manifested many things, some things I would consider small size wise, like an Apple Watch, shoes, AirPods, etc. Nice. The biggest thing I've manifesting was my car for free. Oh my gosh, me too. This is great. The exact model, make, year, and color I wanted, blah, blah, blah. I feel
Hang
like
on. Let's point this out. She's 16, first of all. That she says I'm a 16 female and have my license if that matters. Okay, go on.
a little youngin, a little young
Little
widow.
youngin, little young to be losing faith. Here we go.
I feel like I was ready to make an even bigger manifestation, a house for my family. Ambitious. I like it. We've been living with my grandma for 2 to 3 years because of financial issues. So I felt like it was time to manifest a house. Also, adding, my mom also believes in LOA and manifestation. She has been manifesting a house in the same area that I was also and had the same amenities and accommodations that my desired house had. I did everything visualized, scripted with lots of details, made a vision board, the bay leaf method. Do you know what
We'll
that
have
is?
to we'll have to look
I
into
have no
that
idea
one.
what that is, etc. Nothing happened. This is something I've dreamed of. I wanted to live near my school so I wouldn't have to drive 20 minutes, yada, yada.
Okay,
Six to
can we
eight
just
months
let's
later.
let's hold on real quick. So she did so many people come to us with this issue, right? Like we'll finish reading in a second, but we have to touch on this. She feels like she did everything and nothing happened. So without having any other information, she did all the things and nothing happened, which, as we all know and have felt before, can be a huge punch to the gut when you are so invested and so excited. Like I can feel her excitement in this post before it goes downhill where nothing happened. But I know that, there was some level of anticipation and excitement and joy and happiness, and then it falls flat. Kelsey, what do you got to say? Why did it fall flat? What could be a reason? I
I
know, I
don't
think I
think
know what
that
you're
it
gonna say, but I wanna hear
falls
you say it.
flat. I think people are just impatient and they think just
Yes,
because it hasn't happened yet that it never can happen. It's not going to
100%.
happen. I did something wrong. Like the biggest reason why something isn't in your life and you think it should be is for the simple reason that you're not ready or you're not a
Mhm.
match to it yet, or not having that thing yet is better serving your evolution and spiritual growth as opposed to having the thing.
Yes. The thing with the gift of law of attraction and the gift of knowledge to know what the law of attraction can do for you is also the burden of being patient when you don't feel like being patient.
Mhm.
And to know the magic that is life and manifesting is also to have the trust, and allow that if what I want isn't happening right now, I can trust and understand that it will still happen if it's meant for me. When she says, "I did all the things and nothing happened," she's already closed the book. Like, there's no more it feels when she says nothing happened, that it's in the past and I'm moving on to something better, something different because it just didn't happen for me. Where I would love to reframe that and be like, "Nothing has happened yet," or it's still in the process or something. Like that's the state of mind that needs to happen in order for this to manifest, because if you just abandon it, right, which is what it feels like, to in a sense, nothing happened, past tense, um then of course it's never going to happen. So I would say, if you're lucky enough to step into the law of attraction and manifesting and really wake up to this gift that we have, you're going to need to practice patience when you don't feel like it. You're going to need to practice trusting when you don't feel like it, because that's how you play. You know what I mean?
Well, and I want to touch on something that you said because I actually think when you give up and you're just like over it, I think that's when it's more likely to happen because you finally released resistance and you're like, okay,
That
I've
is true.
accepted that it's not going to happen. So, whatever. And then someone shows up at your door, the thing finally happens, and you're
You
like, what
release
the
the
heck? How come
you
it
release
finally
the
happened once I
yeah.
didn't give a fuck anymore? And
You
it's
know
like
why? Cuz you've
releasing
released all the
resistance.
resistance.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
we're not saying you have to like give up on your dreams so they can
no,
come
please don't.
true by any means, but it's just the irony of the world that we're living in, how it is designed these
Yeah.
days.
When you say like when I say abandon the dream and blah blah blah, I just energetically, and you know how important words are, how important thoughts
Like
are.
when
They
you
all
stop
carry energy.
consciously putting effort towards it.
Yes, exactly. There's a difference between letting your subconscious higher self do the work, letting the universe do its best work for you, versus shitting on the dream now because you're mad at it because it didn't happen. Like like there's a huge energetic difference. And I've been in this situation where I've just wanted to close it away in a book. Like, it didn't work the way I wanted, and so I just wanted to, like, never think about it again and close the book, and it just gave me really bad vibes every time I thought about it, because I was frustrated, because I had low vibes around it. It wasn't the thing. It wasn't the fact that it didn't happen, because it could still happen. It was the fact that it wasn't happening on my timeline. Practice patience.
Yeah.
I gotta tell myself that all the time. I know we both do, Kelsey.
Well, it's because manifesting is a journey of becoming. It's
Yeah.
really not meant to be about, I want this thing and then I get this thing. It's more so about, this is the universe's way of motivating you to become who you ultimately are meant to be and who you truly want to become. And we're just motivated by external situations and
Yeah.
circumstances and outcomes. So, like, in order to become a match to that which we're asking for, we have to up level, we have to heal, we have to relax, we have to surrender, we have to be intentional, we have to step into our power. And that's really one of the blessings of the manifestation journey, is that who
Yeah.
you become from the person without the manifestation to the person with the manifestation is a newer, better, up leveled version of
Exactly.
yourself. And that's truly one of the main reasons why you want what you want. So you can experience that growth and expansion.
So I'm getting to the same page you are on my browser so that we can kind of go because there's something on the when you scroll up, or I can't remember because you're sharing your screen, but there was something that was like her mom. Read the rest of it.
Okay. So basically, she wanted to manifest this new house that they would own. Nothing happened. This is something I dreamed of because I wanted to live near my school so I wouldn't have to drive 20 minutes from my grandma's house to my school, so I can have friends over and so I can live in a house without having to move every year due to leases because we usually rent. But 6 to 8 months later, my mom just signed a new 12-month lease to a house in a not so safe area. The issue is, I wanted to at least have a year before going to college in my desired house. And since we're going to be living in this rental for a year, it's probably not going to happen. At first, I was okay with this because I really believed that the universe would switch it and change our lives. But we move in next week and she is already talking about decorating. What did I do wrong? Do you think I can still turn this around?
It honestly sounds like a difference in energy between her and her mom's vision. Her mom's you know what I mean?
Right. Like if her mom wanted to own a house, her mom wouldn't sign a lease to rent a house.
Yes. So she's not
So,
only working against her own, whatever limitations with manifesting, she's also working against the vision her mom has, which sounds like it's working out for her mom, or at least she's okay with it, or it's her comfort zone.
well, this is a tricky one because there's multiple people involved. And whenever there's more
Yes.
than one person involved, there's more than one will involved. There are different perceptions, there are different goals, there are different reasons for wanting what you want. And yeah, it sounds like they weren't really on the same page to begin with and having a lot of clarity in what their next step was going to consciously be. Um, so I think that's part of it. It's really, really hard to control other people's reality. You can't. You only have influence
Yeah.
over your own experience. And when there's multiple co-creators, which we came here to do, you're not just here to just control only your life and be in your little bubble. Like we're here to co-create with everyone and everything. There needs to be a little bit of surrender and flexibility and a lot of communication, which it sounds like here there was not too much.
Right. And I like what you said because actually I'm looking at the first comment, and the most important piece in the comment is law of attraction isn't so much controlling your conditions so you feel good, but rather learning to feel good despite your conditions. And that's exactly what you said, Kels, because it's the journey to getting what you want. And there is a lot of mixed energy in what she's saying, but it's again somewhere we can all relate to being, when we're trying, when we know this is what's right for us, and we know that this is the next step, and then it doesn't happen the way we want or in the timeline that we want. It can feel very, very, very discouraging. So I do feel for you and anybody else who can relate to this situation. The basic points are: practice patience, practice feeling. I think you say this all the time, Kels, too. We both do, is practice feeling where you can feel that emotion now. So where in your life, if what you really want in this house is to feel safe, because I know you mentioned not so safe. I'm talking to her like she's like on the call right now. But whoever needs to hear this, if what you need is to feel safe, where do you feel the most safe now? And if you can't think of anything, how do you create safety in your life now?
Well, and
Whatever it
here's
is.
where I felt like this kind of went more left when it could have gone more right
Mm,
energetically. The reason why she wants to manifest this house and own it and live in it and it's in a safe area and it's better and stuff is because she's running from what she doesn't like,
yes.
which is understandable, which is the unsafety, which is whatever other reason she wants to manifest this new house. But it's like more of her focus is on pushing against what she doesn't want as opposed to going towards what she does want. And so it's this teeter totter of like back and forth, and you can't really go too far in either direction. And it feels like you're stuck when you have this energy of, I'm pushing against the unwanted. And yeah, I'm visualizing what I do want, but it's only because I don't like where I'm at and I
Yep.
don't want to be here anymore. And yada, yada.
Which,
That's
listen,
manifesting from a place of resistance
yeah.
entirely.
And I know you and I can both agree with Abraham Hicks when they say, like, contrast also tells you what you want. That is true. But focusing too much on the lack, or the lack of what you actually do want, can really have the opposite effect.
Sorry, I'm
Boom.
reading a new one. I'm
Me
listening to
too.
anything you just said.
Whatever, it was really important.
So, yeah, we are
So
trawling the Reddit sphere.
I do have another one, though I want to talk about the detail one that we came across. Do you mind?
No, show me which one it is so I know.
Too much detail equals fail. That is
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
title. I don't know if we should be giving the names of people, but it's a public
No,
board.
I
So if you
mean,
want
they
to check
wrote it
these
on the
out,
internet, so I feel like it's free game, you know?
if you want to check out this board, it's just Reddit, the law of attraction. I just followed it today because I'm new to Reddit-ish. I don't really have a lot of things that I follow, but this is definitely one of them now. So too much detail equals fail. I don't even know how to read these Reddit names. It's posted by OK
Don't read those names. It
underscore
doesn't matter. Everyone has
upstairs
weird names on
underscore.
Reddit, so
It's
whatever.
posted by someone, some human, theoretically
Or a
out in the
robot.
universe, or a
I don't
robot.
know, but
We're
whatever.
teaching
Her
robots
name. Either
manifestation.
way.
Here we go.
Too much
All the
detail equals fail. Oh, are you gonna read
Yes,
it? Okay.
I'm going to read it, girl. All the techniques I've read really stress the importance of making a super detailed request for the universe, i.e., not just what you want, not just that you want a new car, but you want a brand new blue Chevy S10 with white leather seats, automatic transmission, pink and purple flames painted on the hood, etc., etc. Wouldn't adding more detail just make it super easy for the law of attraction to fail, even if by some miracle that make and model car shows up for you? How weird is it, by the way, that the last person had manifested the exact make and model car that they wanted in their post? And now we're talking about all these people trying to manifest cars. That's so weird. Make and model
Gotta
car
get
shows
around,
up
you
for
know?
you.
We need
You
those
do.
wheels.
You do. Unless those obscure details were there too, then the manifesting of your dream car is a fail. Is there a way around this? Okay. I'm glad that we're reading this one.
This is a good one.
This is a good one because we did have a recent podcast episode talking about through your human design, are you a specific or non-specific manifester? I happen to be a non-specific manifester and Kelsey is a specific manifester. So the short answer is it's up to you and whatever feels best. Kelsey, I'm going to ask you, like, would being super specific, the way that this poster is specific, help you in your manifestation? Or how do you feel about this?
Okay, so I have a lot to say. So let me think slowly so I can untangle my thoughts and make them sound normal and have sense. So the first thing is, from one perspective, my
Mm,
famous line, um, this is not helpful because I kind of agree to an extent of like, oh, I'm just limiting the universe by being super bossy and saying exactly how it's supposed to show up and be. And I'm not giving any space to be surprised or pleasantly delighted or to co create with the universe. I'm just saying, this is how it has to be. Here's all the details, make it happen, or you suck. And I feel like that's not a great place to be coming from. And that's just like kind of being like a picky snob. And this is like what
yeah,
I definitely tell people not to do when it comes to love. Like, oh,
right.
my person has to be 6'3" and have blue eyes and nice muscles, and they have to work in finance, and they have to drive this car, and they can't have any kids, and they have to be into these three things, and also they must love my favorite movie, same as me. Like, no,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is not helpful because the thing that you do want to be specific about is how you want to feel in the experience. It has
yeah,
nothing to do with what it looks like. But on the other hand, the reason why people say to be specific is because they want you to live in the wish fulfilled and they want you to create details in your mind, not so that the car will be exactly like that, but so that you can imagine yourself in it right now. And it's
hmm,
more juicy to have vivid imagery and you can really put yourself in that space as if it's actually happened when your imagery or the words you're using or whatever way that you're imagining this manifestation when that is more specific. So
yeah.
when people say to be specific, it's just for the practice of imagining that's already happening. It's not being bossy towards the universe and saying this is how it has to look.
Hmm. I agree. I think that too much rigidity doesn't leave the universe to what is it? Do you want it now or do you want it better? Imagine, I mean you can't. That's the point. Is you can't imagine how much better it could be once you release control. And I'm saying this as somebody who loves control. For me as a non-specific manifester, you would think that me as a person would love to be specific because I'm a very type A person. However, when it comes to manifesting, I don't really love putting pressure on myself. And when I give a date, for example, like I'm going to have this many clients by, March 31st. That would strangle me. It really would. I would feel such a constriction energetically that it's almost like what's it called? Like a deadline. Like I have to have it in by then. And so every day I'm going to obsess over that date and make sure that I have everything. Whereas if I just said, by spring, or this year, 2021, this or something better. That's what I always end all of my intentions with, this or something better, because it leaves room then for the universe to give me something better. And how many times can you look back on your life where it didn't work out the way you thought you wanted, but it worked out better? Imagine if you didn't give that space. Imagine if it worked out the way you wanted. It would be, I mean, you wouldn't know the difference really, but it wouldn't be as colorful or vibrant if you don't give the universe time to work. So I like this post because so many people are taught from the gurus, that, all these myths about manifesting where you have to be super specific and you have to be high vibe all the time. That falls under this category, I think, of the myths, is that you just don't. It's completely your style and what you would like to do and what feels good to you. Be specific about the feeling and tap into that feeling as often as possible. You really can't go wrong. Also be patient. Can't forget that too. Tap into the feeling and be patient. You got this.
Yeah, and you don't need to be specific about all the details of the actual thing, whether it's a
Right.
lover, a house, a car. I mean, I think that's fun to do, but like Lindsay said, pressure, no, we're
Nay,
not
nay,
going for
nay, nay.
pressure. We're going for fun. The process of manifestation and consciously calling in what you wish to desire should be fun and expansive and lighthearted.
Yeah.
And if it's not lighthearted, then maybe that's because it involves some healing, and that's great too. But like, if you're feeling pressure when you're doing this work, that means that you're doing it in a way that is not fun, which is not the way that we are recommending.
Exactly. And if you can just trust that it's all working out in divine timing, how much like stress would that alleviate? How much worry would you not have to feel? If you can get on board with the fact that it's all working out in divine timing and just tap into that specific emotion anytime you think of it, or want to, or create it in your own life, that's it. Like, it's so simple. It sounds simple because it is.
You can't see everything from where you are now, right?
Yeah,
And you can't
exactly.
create everything you're ever going to want from where you are now either, because the best we can do as humans is use things that we've been through and then imagine like tweaking them a little bit or up leveling them a little bit. And then we think that's going to be our future. We're always projecting our past into the future. But if you want to
Yeah.
create a really new and different and special life, you have to be open to things you've never experienced before, never felt before, never seen before, and you can't even imagine. And then let the universe surprise and delight you.
Surprise and delight. Yes, more surprise and delight.
Mhm.
This or something better, and so it is. Oh, and the best is yet to come. Anytime I'm manifesting or helping clients like figure out how to set their intentions or the way that they should do it, specific, non-specific, all that stuff, there are three things I tell them to say, and they can pick whichever feels better, or all three of them. This or something better, and so it is, right? At the end. And anytime that you do see a manifestation come true, big or small, anytime you see that you have manifested it, thank you, more please. Thank you, more please. You have to say thank you and you have to say more please, and it will keep happening. But take time to say the thank yous. I'm one of those people as well that has very blinders on when it comes to my goals. And I don't always take the time to stop and appreciate how far I've come, the progress I've made, the process of law of attraction and manifesting what I want. So I'm saying this to myself too, but make sure you take that moment. It takes 30 seconds to stop, thank the universe. Thank you, more, please. Anyway, side tangent. Let's go. You have
Yeah,
another one?
and thank yourself because you are the
Absolutely.
universe.
You
Thank it
own that shit.
all. Thank it all. Here we go. Here's another one. Says how to have the LOA attitude slash mindset daily into habit and not fall negative, question mark. Okay,
Wait,
so this
what?
isn't like a very straightforward question, but
How to have the
basically
law of
they're
attraction
asking,
attitude mindset daily. Oh, put it into habit and not fall negative. Got it. Okay.
right, so they're saying in the actual post they go into more detail. How do I adopt the law of attraction positive mindset daily into habit. So how can I like make this into a
Mm,
habit? I want to put out the energy I want to receive, like loving everyone and having great positive energy. But I've had a lot of hardships, so I'm quite introverted and negative person in my mind. How do I change this? Okay.
practice, girl.
Yeah, well, practice, yeah, for sure. That'll take some rewiring and honestly just healing and acceptance. Like negative people trying to be positive, that's not going to help you in your manifesting efforts. What's going to help you is to understand why you're so negative and have
Yeah,
compassion for yourself. And then when you go into negative thought patterns, having the awareness to notice, oh, I'm being negative again because I got hurt a bunch in the past. And this is my way of trying to predict future hurts so that I
yep,
can try and avoid pain or whatever the situation is. When you can have that grace and compassion for yourself and the awareness when you go into those negative mindsets, you don't have to resist the negativity. You can just choose differently because now you notice, okay, I'm doing that thing that I always do, but I don't want to keep doing that anymore. So today I'm going to be open to things not ending up horribly, or today I'm going to be open to
yeah,
thinking a different thought that feels like relief or that feels more empowering, because you shouldn't like fight what's happening inside of you. You should really just come to understand it and have compassion for it, bring awareness to it. And then
yeah,
from that, it will naturally start to shift on its own. And this is like the work that I do, the deep work that I do with my one on one clients is like, we identify these patterns, where they come from, why you are the way that you are. And then we change it with love, compassion, and awareness. And
yeah.
it's so much easier than fighting what's going on. So
Especially
much
since
easier.
that will never get you the result you want. And
Right.
fighting it is feeling the thing for years, months, however long you're doing it, versus allowing, processing, acknowledging, which could take, I don't know, 30 minutes of feeling it at the most, and then it begins to process and release because it all just wants to be heard and acknowledged. But I will also say anything subconscious, except for the things you're born with, like the fight or flight response, everything subconscious had to start consciously. It just had to. So if you want this to be a habit, if you want to start changing your negative into positive, it has to be a conscious effort. Set a timer on your phone to just show gratitude, keep a gratitude journal, do a morning mindset meditation, anything you can do that will really get you to that higher state. Getting there or in the morning will set you up to stay there versus
Mhm.
like starting out and giving yourself the open window to fall negative and then trying to get to a higher vibe from that place. Whereas you could just, even before you get out of bed, with your eyes still closed, thank you for this day. Thank you for my cozy bed. Thank you for the roof over my head, whatever. Um, it's a no, it's a fail safe. Like it just is something that will work every single time. Anyway, it
Yeah.
has to start consciously.
Yeah, yeah, and my added asterisk that I'll add to this is do it from a place of I'm would rather be more positive. I'm choosing to
Yes.
think thoughts that please me more and feel better in my body, and not from a place of I'm denying and suppressing how I really feel and I'm pushing against my negativity. Because, like we just said in the other question, it's not helpful to push. It's much easier to float downstream than to try and swim upstream. So I'll give that tidbit. And I want to point you guys to, if you're resonating with this question, I wrote a blog post on my blog, kelseyAida.com, a while back called Why You Don't Have to Feel Good All the Time to Manifest. And I think it really helps to answer this question because the law of attraction space has kind of alluded to this idea that one must be happy and positive all the time in order to manifest a good
Right.
life because you bring to you what you are and blah blah blah. This is not the whole truth, and you shouldn't use this information to scare yourself into not acting negative if you truly are feeling negative. What's going to
Yeah.
help you release resistance and manifest your best life is to live in a state of flow and ease and not fight anything that comes into your mind, whether that's a negative thought, a positive thought, and to just have the awareness and the love and the kindness and compassion for yourself to choose thoughts that feel better and to do daily habits that a self-loving person would do, and to heal and tend to any open wounds or any emotional scars. And that's the healing journey that's going to make you a really great manifester. You don't have to deny negative thoughts or negative feelings in order to be a great manifester. On the contrary, I think it's facing and embracing and being open to everything that makes you really powerful. And that's when you become honestly fearless. And when you're
Mhm.
fearless, you can truly go for the life that you want in the 3D, because we usually don't, because we're scared that eventually we'll face pain or disappointment or whatever. But when you know I can handle anything, then you can really go for anything too.
Yeah.
Hey there, thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to watch the extended version where you get the full podcast episode in a video format, just go to patreon.com/highvibe. The link is in the description. That's where you can become a supporter of the show, listen to all the episodes via video format, and each week you get extended versions of the show, meaning you get to see the pregame behind the scenes, and also you get an extended interview with whoever we're guesting, or if it's me and Lindsay, we usually pull cards for you guys, fun stuff like that. So go check it out. There's lots of cool goodies, including a free copy of my book, a free audio hypnosis from Lindsay. She's a hypnotherapist. And yeah, we just want to give you all the goods, all the content. So head over to patreon.com/highvibe to become a Patreon.
Or if you'd rather listen to the rest of this episode, head over to highvibinit.com where you'll see all the links to everywhere that it's getting streamed. Click your favorite one and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Thanks for listening.